Yes, I've spoken.
Ah, hey Sam. Welcome, one and all. Hello again. We return from our little break, in between
Good.
sessions. Not as long as Sundays was. As we found out, it was the last session was on like the third week of January for Sunday. So, but we welcome back to Monday's Monster Monday campaign. A group that has yet to truly gain a name for themselves. We continue where we left off after the party had managed to secure the city, wow, my brain's somewhere else right now. Secure the territory of I guess the Fey courts in the name of, where is it? Dutes, there we go. I'm even a little rusty here as I'm a little thrown off. Yeah. As with the choosing of the alignment between the three factions, the party managed to subjugate a portion with the building of an embassy inside Tun Tun's neck. And a little bit of jostling from his party members. The party had managed to bring the giants they had been escorting or tasked to escort to the Fey Queen, Fairy herself, and after a failed negotiation, the party was returned back to Zebril to inform him of their adventures and where they had been for the last 9 months. With almost an immediate satisfaction of understanding from the party, Zebril would decide to implement his deal that he had made with another world leader at the time and send this party, this monstrous organization, to the land of Diamond's Death, in the land of Greg's Marathon. With the party having landed in the city... What's up? Okay. I thought someone was about to say something. My bad. With the party landing in the city, they were given the order to fall into rank under Neff, and his organization. I do not recall what the name you used for them.
I'd have to go to Neff Cheat.
Yeah. For the samurai mercenary group that they had been signed on to for their protection. The party had decided to, or had been given a job by Neff's right hand to immediately go on to deal with something. Though the party had no true memory or true understanding of what the quest was. God, man, I'm fucking suffering here. Give me a minute. This is what I get for drinking today. With the party having managed to... shit. Give me a minute. My notes are a little off here. Apologies, I know it's... Yep. Give me just one sec. Clantra here, yeah. That was it. I'm just double checking something in the background here because I wanted to make sure if I'm forgetting something. Yeah. So yeah, as you lot were being explained, oh yeah, so we left off last session, I think actually as you guys were being explained things by Zebril. Yeah, never mind, I forgot you guys weren't sent over. Wait, yes you were. Fuck.
Because they met Neff in his right hand.
Why are my notes wrong? Why do I have... Okay, that's weird. Alright, anyways, sorry, I have my notes wrote that you guys went to Rim Purser's last hold for some reason. I don't know what I was, like, fucking, looking at. My apologies here. Okay. Yeah, so, where was I? Yeah, having been, told by Zebril the new mission to go and join up with, this mercenary group, gaining some renown, and to become more famous, you lot were instantly teleported into the outside of the camp and handed off to Neff and his clan Trahir. Yeah. You lot basically got sent there, met with Neff and his battle junkie right hand Ultimus, and were told that in the morning you lot, or later that day, you lot would be taken off on your mission. And I believe we left off with you lot heading with Ultimus, going that direction because we stopped before session was going to go towards combat.
And Ultimus is a major battle junkie.
Yep. Yeah.
We were given a tent.
Yes, that's what it was. My brain is a little fried here, as you can tell.
You could have just read my journal.
I could have also not been drinking, and I could have also done actual work today. There are a lot of things I could have done that did not happen and will not be happening, unfortunately. But I do appreciate the journal. No, I forgot, or I put everything together 2 weeks ago when we were having session, and I had forgotten a couple things. So, as I've been focused on trying to catch up on Sunday, so I apologize. But yeah, so we return with you lot, now having been introduced to the Clantra here, having spent, I believe, a few hours around camp with your downtime, learning some languages for Gygax and a couple of the other party members training their own in their own ways. As we come back, Ultimus would finally show up, with Neff now gone, inviting you lot to follow him, or her, you're still not 100% sure, as they seem to have, or as they arrive finding your guys' little area of the encampment, having a nice large toolkit of what looks to be a wooden mallet, other wood carving tools, and some metal, little bits of metal and such. They seem to be smiling in there as they kind of look over at you lot, kind of eyeing each of you up and down, and goes, "All right." Apologies, I forget the voice. Are you ready to continue our mission? As he kind of smiles conniving or evilly, rubbing his hands together.
Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get started and finish this mission.
He nods and goes, "Perfect. You guys will follow me. I will get you plenty of experience as the liege, as our liege has stated or had asked." He kind of looks about and goes, "I see your compatriot is in the tent. Looks to be sleeping. No need to wake them." And he looks about, looking for Sen if Sen wants to introduce themselves.
Of course, he's not that hard to see. He's 10 feet tall.
Oh.
As Guy shambles over with a giant great bow on his back. He technically... There'd be a chance Doots would realize what he is, because he's a Fey troll. So he's a troll that's been attacked by the Fey at some point, started changing colors. So he's like a weird mix of a couple colors. One eye is red, one eye is pink. His skin is like green and purple randomly. As he steps over when Ultimus looks at him.
Tuntun is puzzled by this strange creature and will look at him.
I look back.
I'm not making eye contact. I'm just looking. Deadpan, like, what is this? I'm confused. I do not understand this creature. Many colors, shapes.
I'm being studied by a turtle. I'm very confused.
In my 2 years of life, I've never seen a creature such as this.
So many colors.
Ultimus
I just looked up and up and up.
And,
And then psionically I talked to Tuntun. Do you know what that is?
Is this a two-way connection, or is this you just talking
Yes,
to
it
me?
is. I can actually communicate with you permanently now.
Fuck yeah. I do not know, Gygax. This is a creature of proportions I have yet to make contact with. It bamboozles me. It's bizarre, yet
It's tall.
I'm curious.
Ultimus kind of looks at the two of you and goes, "I can sense that your posh attitudes towards our compatriot here are being misconstrued. Truly, allow me to clear some things up. Sen here is to keep you lot alive, and only to do that. You are here to achieve your own goals, so don't expect him." Ultimus looks at Sen.
big 10-foot dude.
No, then looks back at the party and goes, "You cannot expect him to carry or pick up your weight, especially yours." As he kind of taps the shell of Tuntun as he walks past.
I will make sure we carry our own.
Good. If not, today you might be eaten by goblins, and, well, I wouldn't mind watching that, and that'd be actually quite entertaining to draw. Actually, I might get an extra piece of wood to carve that in case that happens. Anyways, as I was saying, we are going to go meet some goblins and see how you lot do in a controlled combat environment.
Goblins don't taste as good as trolls. Tun things to himself.
And I know what you're thinking. Goblins probably don't taste good. And you're right. Don't eat them. They're poisonous.
What kind of poison?
I'm not sure, but if you get stabbed with their spears, they like to coat it in their excrement to make it, toxic. It can infect wounds and cause, issues of, the wound to kind of bubble and foam. I've seen most of those affected by having to lose the limbs or where those have been cut. And those who've been stabbed in the abdomen have never made it.
Tun thinks to himself, okay, avoid the stomach area.
So I can eat the head?
I would no. I'm gonna be honest. I'd recommend killing it though before you eat it.
Well, if I take its head off, it dies, doesn't it?
Good question. I imagine we're gonna find that answer out here shortly. As Ultimus kind of smiles and starts whistling, twirling a hammer in their hand, as they lead you and your party towards an outcropping to the south where you see the trees are kind of down a little bit lower. A trail seems to kind of go off a little bit higher and create like a semi-cliff area. And as you follow this cliff clearing, or follow along the cliffside, you start to see more and more signs of like trees having been cut down around the area. Signs of what look to be traps down below, just openly out and easy to spot. Yeah. Does anybody want to give me a search tech spot check?
I'll shoot up a spot.
Or anything they want to be specifically doing as they're kind of walking towards wherever Ultimus is leading you?
I guess I'll throw out a spot check.
Okay.
24.
24. All right, Sen.
Search check.
27. I'm also looking for spots to shoot if I have to fight it.
Damn. 7. Oh, I will say, for those in World Anvil, it does now. The dice log does now work. So if you roll the dice, we can see it now. So you can, if you don't like Avray, you now have another option. Okay. With the 7 for Gygax.
Yep.
And Dukes.
17 for Dukes.
17. Huh?
Where do you go to see the dice logs?
So on my end, it's in the campaign page. There's a dice roller, and I can see the life dice log on the right. So for reference, this is what my screen. This isn't. Don't worry, you can't see anything campaign-wise, but this is what I see as far as it goes. So you can roll in here, and I can see everything you're rolling. So. If you're using your dice on your character sheets, it should start to load in here as we kind of pop it. So,
Gotcha. I assume I actually have to be in the.
I think you should have to be on your
session
character
to
sheet.
roll, right?
You have
Yeah.
to be on your sheet. I wasn't in the thing as Essa. I was just rolling it to show.
Yeah. So, just on your character sheet.
Because I was rolling on my character sheet.
Let me look. Are you? Is your character thing showing in the top left?
What do you mean?
You should see in the top left. It should show your character's name as the selected character.
Like what you're activated on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I have Tunathy.
Okay. No, for some reason it's not showing because I was seeing Kesnanox yesterday when you were doing it.
Like Saturday better.
Right. I mean, you don't have to. I just wanted to let you know you can start trying to mess around with it and see if you can figure it out. As we kind of look through it. But anyways, yeah. So with the spot checks, as you lot kind of look about, all but Gygax, who seeing the trees, looking for spider webs, kind of distracted as having known that spiders seem to live in the tops of trees, and there are a lot of trees around here, gets a little distracted focusing in. Thankfully not finding any spider webs that are big enough to The rest of you, as you start to look about, you start to notice the cliffside, while it's getting steeper and steeper, and higher up as you kind of follow this clearing out. You do notice that more and more of the trees are clear cut. You start to notice the signs of little bits of battle, and about a half an hour into the walk, you start to see the outskirts of what look to be an encampment with tents, numbering at first as you look around in maybe the tens to somewhere around like 60 to 70 roughly worth of tents that you can kind of spot just on the outskirts of what is, as you start to notice, a larger clearing further out below the cliffside.
Well, I was told to take a supporting role, so Senna's just sitting quietly.
I look at Dukes.
So unfortunately, I have to step away as my dogs are attacking.
Oh no, the dogs are fighting.
The dogs. Good God.
The dogs of war, they've begun.
So how
No.
far down? Because you said we're on a cliffside, right?
Yeah, so about 120 feet down from what you can see.
So Ultimus, are those goblins down there?
Oh, he nods and goes, "Yeah, it should be there. One of the camps of one of the masked elders, if I remember correctly."
And we have to kill all of them.
No, you just have to survive.
When Sen hears Masked Elder, he turns and looks at Ultimus with a disbelieving look.
What? Neff said it was fine as long as we didn't go into the camp. He didn't say anything about the outskirts of the camp.
So we have to kill all of them.
No, you just have to not die.
So
You'll-
we have to kill all of them.
No, you'll learn to understand the difference here in a minute.
Are we going down there?
Oh, no. As you see, starts like looking. Ultimus kind of like starts walking around, looking at the trees, eyeing them up, pulling out like saws and stuff, hammers, some wedges, and goes, "No, they're coming up to us."
Can I, with my high spot check, look over and see if I see any?
Yeah, with your high spot check, yeah, looking over, the camp, you can see there are goblins, in the thousands, down there that are just walking about, milling about, not having noticed you lot yet. You also,
in the tree line?
huh? Yeah, you're like
Are
up,
we in the-
well, no, the tree line's kind of pushed about 20 feet back from the cliff, so you've got a little open area that, is, cleared out that you can kind of see, and then see down into.
Okay.
So, this area is it like a large, like, goblin camp?
As you look on, yeah, it looks to be more and more. It looks as you see the camp goes on just underneath, with all the trees still kind of covering the top, so it's kind of hard to see. As far as you can see now, you see goblin tents spotted in between trees.
Right.
Tauntaun has a flash in his mind of his beautiful fiery eclairs that spread flames so nicely, and is really considering.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm just gonna start
morph-
wrapping a
into
cloth
it.
around one of my arrows.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna morph into a rock and hide
Okay.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss?
in the group.
They found that the camp is sporting thousands of goblins. Potentially, there are tents as far as the eye can see, spotted throughout the trees. And Ultimus is currently looking at a tree, pulling out what looks to be his wood carving kit, getting ready to carve it or cut up this tree while the Gygax is turning himself into a rock and hiding.
And Sen per Masked Elder and looks very concerned.
I failed on the hide.
Yeah, I saw
I failed on the morph.
This is not a good day for you.
Have you been able to see the random rolls I've been making to?
Let me look.
Or no?
Let me refresh. No. Okay, so I cannot.
I don't know what's going on.
All right, it worked yesterday. Okay, so we now know. All right, good to know. Anyways, yeah. Ultimus kind of looks over at back over Dutz and goes, "Well, I was told by Neff. Now, to be fair, I was listening in on Neff, and he was talking to some old dragon fella, the guy that is your employer, and there was something about that you had to gain renown. So I figured thousands of goblins was a great way to become famous. So you lot will be fine, right? Like, you guys are, you should be able to defend me while I build what I'm building. As he starts sawing at a tree, this very thick tree.
What are you
Ready to
building?
start fire.
Oh, so I got a great idea, but it's a secret for the big fella over there as he kind of motions his head over towards Tun.
Tun has fire in his eyes.
As he's looking
Just
over the
waiting
cliff,
for the
staring down.
He's good. You notice he has a fire clear right in front of him, just waiting for the word to,
You know
to
what?
unleash hell upon these goblins.
We burned down a Kuatoa village. What's another goblin village?
All right, I have been given the command.
What's 1,000 goblins?
As Dude says this, you see as Ultimus slams his wooden mallet into the one of the wedges on the tree starts to. At first, you hear the light cracking sound, and it gets louder and louder. And then, as it slams hard into the cliff, you hear the rumble kind of cause the entire forest to kind of shudder. And at that moment, right as the tree settles, the absolute absence of sound can be heard for miles, or rather not heard for miles, as almost a pin could drop anywhere within this camp and you'd hear it, as suddenly the sounds of shouting in Goblin that an attack is coming, and the sounds of people grabbing sticks and spears starts being heard all throughout. Ultimus shouts and laughs crazily, going, "Alright, you goblin scum! Bring on your chances! I've got fresh meat for you! It should last longer than the last unit!" Oh, and Ultimus kind of turns to Dudes and goes, "By the way, if you can last more than about a minute, you got the new record for going on adventures with me."
Can I take an opening shot? Because I have a long enough range.
I was about to say,
You guys
can I
will
get
get
that fire
the
clear?
you guys will get the surprise round, but please roll initiative first.
Of course.
My God, I don't like working with this person after that comment.
15.
No,
Oh,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
20.
Don't worry.
Damn, Sen.
Send goes fast. Send at high deck.
Yeah, I'll put mine in there.
Alright, Tun. And then what was yours, Dudes, again?
Got a 20.
Works for me. Gygex got a 8. Yeah, you know that's better than nothing. At least you got that.
Hey, at
You
least
beat
it
what
wasn't a
DM rolled by
natural
1.
Yeah, well that's true. That's true. Let's see, that also means they go last. Alright. Woohoo! Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Alright, as the tree slams into the ground, the sound kind of billowing out, the goblins swarming and getting their spears ready. They start charging up the hill as you hear in the distance the sounds of chanting. Before you get your surprise round off, someone who has a initiative feat specifically, it seems to cast off something, and you watch as that huge cliffside that you were kind of expecting on turns now into a steep hillside as the earth is pulled out from the side of the wall and kind of set as almost a ramp for the goblins to start going up as they start shouting towards and heading towards it, thus ending that creature's turn.
Can we get
As
the surprise round off before they do that, or no?
no, not in this case. And there's your specific reason why for the creature. Otherwise, the surprise round goes. So we're gonna go for the initiative order. So Sen, you get you're off first for the surprise round.
How many do I see that are near that have ranged implements rather than melee weapons?
You see currently about 4 goblins coming up the embankment at the closest.
Yeah. I'll start shooting one by one the ones with ranged weapons. So I'll take my first shot.
They all seem to be carrying ranged weapons. You see javelins on almost all of their backs, as well as morning stars that they seem to be carrying.
Yeah, but I wonder if anyone had like bows, like super long range.
None that you see right now.
Okay, then I'll just shoot the first goblin.
Okay.
It's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
It's 15 damage.
You watch as the first goblin you go to take a shot at, pot shot at, drops immediately as the arrow goes right into the creature's head.
Get one more shot 'cause I'm just kind of chilling. It's 21 to hit.
21, that hits.
And that is 12 damage on the second.
That you watch as the second one that you aim out drops immediately as it does so. As you end your round, another group of 4 seems to start becoming closer. Now there are 6 goblins at the bottom of the hill coming up. To the next person in the order is Doots.
Alright. Just have to remind myself, because it's been a while since I've played Dudes. I don't have combat spells, because bards don't get combat spells.
Oh, you're a support.
Yep. I will do what I do remember doing, and that is inspire courage.
Alright.
So once again, I will copy what it does and just post it in the chat for everyone.
How are you inspiring our courage, dudes?
Exactly. What song are you singing this time?
Pulling out my guitar. Gygax, any recommend?
Or keytar?
My lute, which is technically an electric guitar.
What's it plugged into? Sorry, I'm just being needless. Don't worry about it.
Hey Gygax, any recommendations? Any song requests in particular you want to hear?
You put the man who just failed to turn into a rock on the spot.
Hey, you're talking to a rock.
Well, he didn't turn into the rock, to be fair.
Well, he turned into... I feel like he turned into a rock, just a very poorly convincing rock.
It's true. Gygax, are you still there?
Sorry, the earth is brown. I turned green.
Yeah, there you go.
A green mossy rock.
Yeah, so I would recommend either Stairway to Heaven or Highway to Hell.
Alright, we're gonna do Highway to Hell, because the fireball we're about to launch off.
Alright. Go ahead and give me a perform check. Let's see if the party gets any extra bonuses from this.
Alright. That's a 23.
Yeah, you all, as you start to hear the song start to be played, Dude's going at it as he goes. No, you're good, no worries, Gygax. He starts, or you all start to feel uplifted, feeling the rage inside you. You all now have a +1 to all your attacks, until the end of this combat.
Nice. So what's the thing do, Caleb?
I was about to post it in the wrong chat.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, it hasn't popped up yet.
I don't think they need it somewhere else, man.
Yeah, you want it in Silent Guard?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, everyone's got a +1 morale boost. So that's a +1 on saving throws, against being charmed, fear effects, +1 to bonus attack.
So you get
and damage rolls.
you've got a +2 to bonus to your bonus on attack, and then you've got a +1 to damage rolls right now.
Nice.
So, yep. All right. As Doots belts it out, little bits of fire kind of spewing from his fingers, little like fiends kind of being designed out in lights coming from it, or within the fire. As the goblins seem to don't really see this as you're kind of on the still covered by the cliffside. Yeah. You didn't move. Did you want to do anything else, Doots?
Unfortunately, I cannot do anything else as I have to maintain concentration on this.
It's like a
Yep.
song.
Yep. It's 3 minutes and
So I'm gonna
27
do it.
seconds. Here we go.
Yep, you got 3 minutes, boy.
34 rounds.
34 rounds.
All right. Tuntun, you're up.
So, how far away is the tree line from where we're at right now?
The tree line below you or the tree line behind you?
Below us, because that's where the goblins are.
So about, like I said, 120 feet below and about 5 feet back is the tree line. Oh no.
So, from last time we were out with the fire eclairs, the level was based off of the person who made the item, which was Zebril. So the range of this the flaming sphere that comes from this is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level. So all I know is that this fire eclair can reach this goblin tree line.
Oh, yeah, easily. In short, because I think Zebral's casting level is like 20 plus.
So yes.
Let me double check that just to make sure real quick, because there's
Is
a...
it-
I mean, I mean, to be honest, if Zebral's level is more than 2,
It's
it
12.
would be
It's actually 12. Nope, I have it here because I have an item he crafted. Yeah, so it's 12, so it's 120 feet extra, so it's 220 feet you can go.
Gotcha, and it's not really that far. So I'm gonna try to. Honestly, I'm probably gonna send this fireball, well, the flaming sphere, right in front of the tree line to block them off from actually coming at us as much as possible, and start the fire there.
Okay. All right, he's implementing his Tower of Fire. Yeah, as you gobble down the eclair, the sweet cherry richness to it, a little bit of cinnamon in there that you get. It's got a really good but yet tart flavor to it. And as it does, you start to feel the spice build up in your mouth, and as you finally swallow the last bit of the pastry down, a little fireball kind of spits out, and as it starts to grow bigger and bigger as it goes slowly down, at like a snail's pace down the hill, the goblins seem to watch it, and as many of them seem to stop, and it starts hitting along the tree lines. And you're trying to light the trees on fire specifically, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you watch as the trees start to light up, and at first, a little ring of fire starts to go up. Not immediately igniting, but it does catch as the goblins start to watch this.
And so the duration is 1 round per like the level.
Mm-hmm.
So this can stay around for what, 12 rounds.
Yes.
And
Well, this is based on the base spell, I believe. Let me check the item, because I think it says in the item.
Because when we used this last time, because since the spell had to be made by the person who made it, we based it off of Zebral.
Yeah, let me just see, because I know this is why I wrote everything down for him. The fire eclair, it's a flaming sphere, yeah. Okay, so 5 1-round reflex negates. Sphere, It is...
The duration was right before
1 round per level, yeah. So this was only noted as giving you for a level 2, so he didn't increase it, so you only get it for 2 rounds.
Okay, so then... Alright, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
is that long enough to get the forest on fire?
Yes,
Well,
the forest is already catching, yeah.
So, alright, cool.
As you're watching, it hasn't rained as you start to notice, looking about, in a few days, much of the grass and the trees seems to be a little on the drier side. As they start to ignite, you start to hear pops of sounds as the sap catches first, and the trees start to light up, the fire starting to slowly expand.
Because these goblins, their tents are like in like the...
In the
canopy,
trees.
right?
Yep.
Because so it says this flaming sphere can ascend or jump up to 30 feet.
Yes.
So I'm wondering it could just be going through the canopy and start just lighting all of that stuff on fire.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of going on the ground.
Okay, instead of creating a wall of fire going through and lighting going across the canopy and lighting it, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you, as you watch as the fiery sphere kind of floats down to the tops of the trees and starts lighting them on fire, or kind of floating around them, going the full 220 feet as it circles about, 100 feet as it ignites, as it has to drop down, igniting the treetops, and watching as as goblins start panicking, freaking, the forest starts to emblazon a bit. And as you watch the forest starts to catch, igniting even more, screams start to be heard. Gygax, well, actually, Tuntun, you haven't moved. Did you want to do anything else?
Tuntun's gonna just his movement's gonna be spent him doing a bellowing Zaraton laugh, and it's just
As he stares at the fires. Okay, as he watches the screaming goblins burning, the trees engulfed in flames, the many children he knows he is just doomed to a fiery end. Gygax, as a mossy rock in the middle of a very dirt covered ground or a very brown ground. What would you like to do?
How close is the nearest goblin?
About 120 feet toward below you.
Okay. Alright, it's gonna be a minute before I can even damage them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna morph again into the shocked morph troll head that I ate.
Okay.
Sen looks
Yeah.
insulted.
Let's see.
You send
It's not
the
same
the
kind
fey
of
troll.
that you are.
Where is it?
No way.
Ah, it's not a skill, that's fine. Alright, and then I am going to bellow, scream, chastise, threaten, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's my intimidation roll.
Towards the goblins as a head.
Yep, as a morphed, shocked-looking troll head.
All right. Let's see. We'll see if they even spot
see
you.
Yeah, I was about to say, can they even see you from that far
Plus
away?
2. They do not spot you as you jump up and down, throwing, speaking at them, threatening them, yelling at them, trying to get their attention. They don't seem to look up towards you. As they look over towards the fire and seem to be more concerned and focused now on that as it starts to blaze behind them, hearing the sounds of screaming goblins.
I did say it all in Goblin,
Yeah,
because I speak it, so they would have heard me.
they do not spot you.
The screams have drowned out your voice. I'm sorry.
Is
Your
there?
mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
All right.
You hit him with the shit.
Gygax, have you polymorphed? Used a skill? Did you want to do anything else?
I ready a sling.
Okay.
That's all I can do, so when they're within 50 feet, I can hit them.
All right.
Fact of the day, you can shoot your thing at 4 times its range. It's just for every double over you go, you get a -2 to hit.
Good to
So
know.
that's how range.
Did not know that. Ultimus is going to, at the top of the initiative order, is going to fell another tree and begin carving. As he does so, you hear more screams of goblins as another group of goblins comes out of the fiery forest, slightly charred and angry looking, but nonetheless looking towards you lot. As they enter at the bottom of the hill. And that ends Ultimus's turn. Sen, you are up.
All right, next line of shots. With a speed build, this is all I'm built to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A 16 to hit. The next one.
That hits.
I want to keep picking up the ones that get closest. One to go away. 17 damage.
Okay. 17, as you watch as another of the first group of goblins drops almost immediately. These leather-bound creatures looking to be not too much of a difficulty for you as the arrows go right through their helmets. Another one drops to the ground, though.
Next is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, 12 damage.
As you watch as the fourth of the and the last of the first squad that had come forward drops, the others now a little more armored, seeming to look up towards you and seeing the bodies kind of start picking up the bodies as they start moving forward to kind of shield themselves.
And then my turn.
All right, dudes, you're up.
So I will just be maintaining. I will try and see if I can get a higher boost.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm not really changing what I'm doing.
Okay.
You could also get cover.
I would like to. You know what? Yeah, I will move behind cover as I just jam out.
Kind of backing up and hiding behind one of the trees as you see Ultimus kind of leaves one of the trees alone that's slightly thicker but not to what they're looking for as you kind of start to hide behind it just far enough to where you wouldn't be shot at immediately. All right, and then you're just trying to maintain concentration and try to increase your perform.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your perform. If you roll in that one, you'll have to roll for concentration.
All right. That's a 17. I can't improve.
17. Yeah. Nope. You continue jamming out the music, feeling more inspiring, playing along to the sounds in Tuntun's head as he watches the burning goblin town, basically. At this
On
point,
his mind, it's Oh Fortuna.
he does not care for this more loud music, the music of the young these days. You continue playing out. The group maintaining their bonus. Okay, Tun. The Eclair is up and moving. What you still got one more round of it? What would you like to do?
So, after lighting a bunch of the canopy on fire, I'm going to use its final turn to go to the floor of the forest and start lighting that up. I wanted to start with, making sure their tents got a little blaze, but now I'll seal off, the other part.
As you start running it through the tree line into the grass down below, it disappears out of your sight for a while as you just hear the sounds of igniting and burning. What is the save on fire sphere?
It's reflex.
Is it? What's this DC? Let's see. Reflex negates. Oh, DC is 10 plus caster level. I don't think they can make it. No, 10 plus. Let's see. It just says reflex negates.
So all saving throws are 10 plus the caster stat, so the stat they used to do it, plus the spell level.
Oh, then yeah, no, they can't save. I know. He's got a plus 30.
Like
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what, Tun, give me a D100 roll. Let's see how many goblins you just burn as this thing runs around the grass that can't escape it.
All right, let me pull up a D100 on the internet since I don't have one on my character sheet.
That's understandable. If you did, I'd have questions.
All right. 88.
80. You hear screams of a horde of goblins just being burnt, and the fires going around, cooking creatures. Outright shouts of terror and fear as these goblins are being ignited. This fiery ball ignoring them and running through their camp. Creatures getting caught in it without a second to react. Children,
2-year-olds,
women,
am I
and men. Nothing escapes this thing. Even some of the animals that they were keeping amongst would burn. The goblin bakery would be destroyed in the ignition of this forest.
Tuntun's terrible twos have commenced.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, well, that ends. Tun, that's just your action. Did you want to move or do anything else? I fear to ask.
I mean, there's not exactly much for Tun else to do, unless he wants to slide down, like, Mario Red Shell style down the remaining goblins at full force. I mean, I've already been shown to be able to take down trees by myself, but they're currently on fire, so I'm not gonna do that. I guess I'll just sit there, looking at the oncoming goblins with whatever type of grin that I can muster as dinner is coming right towards me. The hunger in his eyes.
Tun looking at them like, you think I'm a tortoise, but I'm a snapping turtle.
Wrong genius, fuckers!
Oh, man. As Tun stares down, hunger in his eyes, a smile on his face, the fire igniting the grass, the fiery orb, or fiery sphere, kind of finally dissipating as more goblins come running towards the cliffside. Another group now showing up, now totaling four once more, eight once more of a group of them, well armored and well equipped. They seem to come charging up. Gygax, as you look down, they are 100 feet below you still. And have not seemed to notice you as a head dancing around, shouting explicits at them.
This time, I morph into a pixie.
Oh, okay, something smaller.
No, it'd be small size because of my size. I can't morph smaller.
That's
A
that's
very
true.
large pixie.
A very large-looking
Also-
pixie.
That's true.
Pixies are size small.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yep. They're not that small.
So, all right. So, I'm a pixie, and I'm yelling in Goblin, "You suck. Your mom sucks. Your grandmother sucks, and y'all are gonna die."
The goblins. Let's see if they're gonna
Your
notice. you.
grandma has gingivitis.
What?
Goblins, you hear, you see the 8 of them look over towards you and start snarling and saying explicits back, calling you nothing but a fairy boy. Something about sparkling in the moonlight. One of them talking about taking over their wife. And the last one mentioned something about wanting to look like you and feeling really bad about themselves, which the others seem to all turn towards and look at him for a
You're like,
moment.
What the fuck, man?
As he looks up and he continues and goes, no, in Goblin, he's evil and he smells, and then the rest of them turn back and look towards you, Gygax.
Found the Cameron of their group.
For my second action,
Mhm.
I yell in Goblin, "Your sister bedded a pixie."
What?
You hear one of the goblins go, "That's true, but that you don't need to rub it in Goblin."
You're right, but you shouldn't bring that up, man. That's not
And
cool.
she liked it.
Oh, she
Hey,
did.
Jim was a good guy. He had a good degree and a good job.
My cheating sister.
As the goblin gets mad, starts crying and starts waving his sword at you in anger.
Do the goblins start inner fighting because now they're confused on who to fight?
No, they seem to all be looking towards you, still kind of
It still
growling.
seems like you've garnered a hatred towards pixies.
All right, does that round up your turn, Gygax?
Those are my two actions. That's all I can do. So I'm now morphed as a pixie.
All right, another group of goblins now, 8 of them, or now 12 in total, start kind of coming up and now charging at their full range of speed. They make it up a full 60 feet up the mountain, with 40 feet yet to go as they look up at you lot angrily and ready to attack as they snarl and swear and throw their blade or show their blades at you. Let's see. Yeah, they've got nothing. So with the 60 feet worth of movement, that ends their turn. Ultimus is going to continue his carving away. As he kind of continues to put something together. He gets the base of what looks to be a large cart kind of together as he fells his 4th tree. Tying stuff up, kind of smoothing it out as you lot are fighting. He seems to be working at a breakneck speed as he ends his turn. Sen, you are up.
All right. So they ran up the thing. How many have run up?
There's 12 now that are about 40 feet below.
Oh, I can kill 2 more. Let's see. That's a 21 to hit.
A 21 does hit.
So I'll be concerned. 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay, you watch as the arrow smacks into one of the creatures. Their lighter armored appearance, looking as if looking similar to the other goblins from earlier that you'd seen, the ones that you had easily taken down. As this arrow kind of penetrates into the creature's chest, it looks down at it and pulls the arrow out and throws it at the ground, and then seems to just give you the bird as it looks at you and taunts you.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot him again. That's a 29.
That hits.
That's 23 damage for max damage.
As this one kind of hits the other shoulder, he kind of looks at you as he kind of like the arm looks to kind of gone dead, and like pulls it out and throws it on the ground. It kind of like seems to pull on his shoulder a little bit, and as he kind of moves it about, you hear a nasty crack as his arm starts moving again.
Huh. That's probably not good. I'll take my 5-foot step back as part of my action.
Okay. As you back 5 feet away from the cliff's edge. Alright. Dudes. You're up. Maintaining your concentration?
Yep, and I'm gonna try again to improve. See if
Okay.
I can make it even for a higher bonus.
Alright, let's see what you got.
18.
Now, as you continue to sing, the song gets louder and louder and more enticing, encouraging your party to do greater deeds. However, as you lot do so, or as you do so, they seem to be slightly distracted by the current oncoming attack as they watch these goblins have brushing off the attacks that they had just moments ago seen easily felling the creatures.
That's fine.
Alright. Did you want to do anything else? It's your perform. You haven't moved, so...
Can I try again?
Yeah, you can get a sacrifice move it for another perform check.
I'm not beating a 23.
What'd you get?
17 again?
No, yeah, as you, again, hit another chord trying to enunciate the song out, the party seems to enjoying the background music to it. They still seem to be focused in on the combat as paying you no mind. All right. As you end your turn, Tun, 40 feet below you stands lunch, rather breakfast, and it's been a long
And
day.
you said 5 feet behind me is the other tree line?
Yes.
Great, and how tall are these trees?
Or, sorry, 20 feet back, because that's what I said in the very beginning, was, like, from the cliff. It's 5 feet at the bottom. How big are the trees? They're about 30 feet tall, about 10 feet thick. These are some pretty hefty trees.
Okay. Because if they were only, like, 5 feet behind from, like, this cliff face, I was going to start knocking them down on this cliff to, you know...
Ultimus looks at you,
roll these guys.
and looks over at the tree, and then looks at their saw, and then looks at you again.
I mean, not really sure how to take that anyways, because I think he's using those logs for something, right?
It's up to you on how you want to interpret that.
I guess I'll look at him, look at his saw, look at the tree, and then look at the cliff and give him a kind of look.
Alright, as you do so, Ultimus seems to nod, and kind of stops from what he was doing as he was working away at this cart that now has a singular, what looks to be like long stick kind of coming out of it, and a little bit like of a spoon at the end of the stick, that seems to be kind of very wide. Oddly, Tun, as you look over, it seems to almost be similar shit size to you.
Oh, is this a catapult thing?
As you look at it, you start to realize it might be a catapult. Alright, did you want to do anything else, Tun, or are you just gonna kind of stand there waiting?
How close is this catapult looking to be completed?
You're unsure. You've never seen someone build a catapult before. Do you have knowledge, architecture, or engineering?
No.
Then, yeah, nope. You could try roll a knowledge check to see, but it would count as an action.
Don't worry. I guess I'll stay up here. How sharp is how like steep is this this incline from them to us? Is it like 45 degrees, 50, 60? What are we looking over here?
You're looking at probably roughly about I'd say around 55 degrees roughly. An angle, so you could probably get down it. It'd be pretty tough for you to get back up, Tun. But you could slide down it. You're pretty sure it's smooth right now, except for the areas where the people are like digging their feet into. to climb up.
I have a strange feeling I'm gonna be needed up here soon with that construction, because since it's me size, I just have that inkling of a feeling that I might be needed. So I want to see if I can, with my pure turtle strength, turtle power, if you will, see if I can remove a large chunk of this edge that comes like from the ramp up to on the cliff side. See if I can remove any large chunks and send them rolling down like an avalanche.
Okay, you can do that. It'll be a strength check of you just slamming onto the ground to see what'll happen. I will say you and Gygax are on the edge. So is Sen. Well, Sen backed up 5 feet. But you and Gygax are on the edge. So if you roll really well and you crit on this, you could easily go tumbling down with Gygax.
Well, part of the plan was me sliding down there anyways at the beginning, so, it's just gonna, if it happens one way or another, right?
I'm just warning you ahead of time. As you look at this, you could cause the entire cliff to drop down and you end up going down there, so...
So you said a...
Strength.
check?
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's just you slamming your legs into the ground where you see it loose enough to knock some boulders and rocks down.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. As you slam into the ground, you watch as one of the boulders that was kind of set into the side of the cliff, off to the very far right side, kind of starts to crack a little bit, and as the nose of the cliff starts to fall apart, you watch as the rock just goes tumbling down towards the goblins. They are going to make a reflex save, which I think... What's theirs? Oh, shit. I don't have any good things for this. This is going to be interesting. Avray giveth and Avray taketh away. As the grouping of 12 goblins who had been kind of like climbing up this hillside at top speed, suddenly as this boulder comes tumbling down, it slams into the first few, and the one that was lagging behind that had the 2 arrows pinned into, or like shot into it, kind of looks up at Sen as it realizes the rock is coming towards it. It like looks to where Sen was and just shakes its head as the boulder goes and plasters the poor creature. The boulder goes kind of flinging off into the forest, and you hear even more goblin squeals and screams and wet splats as it kind of crushes some of the trees and goes into the fiery forest. As more goblins seem to come up to the sides of the hillside, or the cliffside, and start climbing once more.
Ha ha ha.
So those 12 are dead.
Yep.
Content is content.
Alright, Tun, as you end your turn, you watch as 6 goblins, this time in what looks to be heavy plate, seem to kind of come up towards the edge, kind of carrying a few of the goblins that have been wounded and burnt, and kind of dropping them on the sides of the forest as they look up, seeing you lot, kind of squealing and screaming. They ready their bows as they stand at the bottom of the cliff, / hillside. Tun, that ends your turn, I believe, correct? Yep. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all I have is, I believe, my movement left, but I'm not going to use it.
Okay. Perfect. Alright, Gygax, is there anything you'd like to do?
For my first action, I am going to turn around 180 degrees, bend over, spread my ass cheeks, and clap them back and forth right into the goblins' faces that are 120 feet away. And then I'm going to walk forward 10 feet and just sit on the ground.
On the side of the hill. Alright.
You want to be in the line of sight of these archers? That's crazy.
Well, considering for the last 3 rounds I've tried to do something and diddly squat, because 2 really big things decided to kill all the creatures and I'm rolling my shit, so I'm just going to sit there and just go, pump, I'll wait till they get here.
Alright, as you move 10...
Glass.
So you're moving 10 feet forward and you're going to sit on the hillside where they can shoot you. Just to make clear.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
because he turned around.
Oh, turn around. Okay, that's right. Yeah, my apologies. Oh yeah, as you do this, the goblins seem to swear out in Goblin, calling you weak and a coward as you walk away. They ready their bows. But yeah, you step 10 feet away. Is there anything else you'd like to do? That's just your movement.
already sling in one hand and my punch dagger in the other.
Okay. Well, as long as you're, I was gonna say, as long as you're wetting another, like, lifting up the fucking kilt, like, and slapping your ass cheeks at them, that's
I don't wear any clothes.
that's true.
You know what? No, I just realized with the 88 at least from the initial burning, I think Tuntun is at least a little bit over 100 kills technically right now.
Actually, no, you are exactly at 100.
Well, because there was an additional
that's four.
crunching that happened after
Yeah.
the boulder went in. So I think Tuntun's confirmed kills is at 100, but there's unconfirmed kills that are.
As you kind of sit down, Gygax, the goblins start readying their bows, and they're going to start shooting up arrows and aiming at what they can see. The only person they currently see is Tuntun, which is unfortunate, because I don't think I can actually hit Tuntun. Tuntun, does a 28 hit your DC, out of curiosity?
Yeah, of course it hits. What do you mean that you don't think you could hit me?
Alright, cool, so I have a shot, no pun intended.
He asked me to 20 to get 28.
Yep.
Yeah, that one doesn't hit.
Yep.
No.
This is a big situation all over again.
I gotta do this 6 times. Give me a minute. We got it. Alright, so far, I'm 3. Let's just do 3 more of these. I'm not gonna.
I was about to say, where's that copy and paste at?
Yep. There we go. Let's just do 3d20. Alright, so 14 is 20. Yeah, 22?
22.
Yeah, 22.
Yep.
So 22. As the arrows just kind of ping off of Tuntun's shell, one after another, Gygax, as you kind of like sit there watching this, the arrows plucking off. The creatures seem to kind of swear up at Tuntun, calling him an illusion and an irritation.
He's not real! There's no point in firing him anymore.
Ending their turn for their attacks, they're going to use their movement and charge up. They get 40 feet of movement, so they make it up to 80 feet below you guys. Alright, at the top of the initiative, Ultimus is going to kind of walk over to the side, or one of the trees, and starts kind of like sawing. As he finishes up lopping the tree off, he rolls it, kind of starts to roll it over towards you, Tuntun, and like leaves it in front of you and Gygax, and then goes back to sitting down, carving at his this giant. What you're thinking now might be a catapult. All right, Sen, you're up.
I'm going to bellow in Goblin. The Great Skyleaker leads my shots.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot my next arrows.
You hear some confusion on why about you taking a leak on them, something, and one of them starts to like panic slightly because of that.
Oh my god, he's gonna piss on us!
That's a 26 to hit.
That just barely hits.
What the fuck am I shooting at? That's not how you see. Oh my
These
God.
guys are wearing full plates.
19.
The goblin, as you see it, the first one, kind of the arrow lodges into the side of its neck, and as the creature kind of like pulls at the arrow, it pulls it out and like starts to hold on to it as it points towards you, and like starts bubbling up and saying something in goblin, in a very like low end whisper.
It's a 25 for the second shot.
That does hit.
Okay. 12 damage.
You watch as that goblin, as the second arrow launches into him, having been slightly burned. You see as the goblin kind of drops to the kind of drops forward as the arrow lodges itself into the other side of its throat, kind of pinning the creature to throat completely. As blood started to spew out of it, it drops forward. One of the 6 is down.
I lift my arms and say, I told you the Great Skyleaker blesses me, and I take a step back so they can't see me.
He just pissed on him.
One of the goblins go, he just pissed on the arrows, don't touch him!
Oh my god, they're using our tactics against us. Shit.
All right. As you end your turn, Doots, you're up.
It hasn't been 37 rounds yet, so I'm gonna keep playing my song.
We're on round 4, by the way.
Yeah, so we're starting to get into the song right now. Okay, we got past the first 5 notes.
Yeah, basically.
I'm trying to go so hard on like the first 3 notes.
We are not at the guitar riff just yet.
Yep. I'm over here smacking trees for the drums.
Colfax,
Shit.
what round
I
did the
was saying-
guitar riff start at?
I think. Is it towards the end? Are you gonna try and perform to try and beat this again twice?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's roll it. Let's go for 2 of them. As he starts getting more into it,
Waiting for that crit fail.
dude, he's gonna pass out from losing too much wind as he's playing into this instrument.
I got a 16 and a 22.
You manage to get the group. The entire group begins to feel themselves almost as if they've been rejuvenated as the song gets even louder and more inspiring. You all gained 5 temp HP.
All right.
Not that you needed it, given the situation, but all right. As Doots
5.
continues going up, go ahead. Sorry.
5 temp HP is 10 HP.
Temp HP, you're not wrong. Alright, as Doots kind of gets into it, the song kind of continuing to play, the goblins starting to kind of jam out a little bit as they're walking up. Tun, you are up. You have a giant tree in front of you and about 5 goblins and a 6th body down below.
Alright, so. Yeah, Tuntun's gonna push it over the ledge.
Alright, let's get a strength check, Tun.
22.
22. Easily shoving the tree over. You start to feel like push with your neck. The strain against it for a moment, kind of giving you a pause for a second, wondering if you can't push it or wouldn't be able to push it. And as the thing starts to give, the ground kind of breaking away on the edge of the cliff, the thing goes tumbling down. The goblins are going to make another reflex save.
Man, these heavily armored boys, man.
Oh yeah, that's about to be bad. You have no idea.
The negative you get for plate armor to things like.
Well, they actually rolled well, shockingly. As the 2 of them managed to get out of the way, as the rest of the other 3 get squashed under the tree, slammed into the dirt. As they kind of lean forward or end up with their forward.
What happened to the wounded that they brought out?
Those will be crushed as you watch as the tree goes tumbling down towards the bottom. Slamming into them and crushing them into the ground as well, adding to the count. You bloodthirsty turtle. Don't get excited about this, god damn it.
Tuntun is a war criminal.
As the 2 that are remaining kind of see this warily, they ready themselves, kind of pulling up their shields in front of them as they look at you, Tun. The tree kind of rolling into the forest and disappearing.
And that's it.
All right. Gygax, as you kind of sit there, still no goblins have come up, as Tun seems to be chortling is the best way I can put it. At the goblins, as he keeps throwing things down at them. Is there anything you want to do besides just kind of sit there waiting for them to finally make it?
You can always make a flower crown for me.
I'd say like twiddling your thumbs at this point. Maybe drawing in the ground with a stick.
Talk to the, what are they, the Nixies? And
I'd say you turn to Ultimus, have a conversation. No, yeah, so Gygax, do you want to do anything while you're sitting here?
Hold on. 1 second.
No worries. Oh no, he's looking something up. He's looking to see how he can screw with me.
Yep.
I talk too much shit. He's planning something.
the turtle is chortling.
Okay.
My perform
Uh-huh.
of living easy, living free, season tickets on a one-way ride.
As the two of you as you start jamming out, bellowing out another song in the background. If the two songs kind of don't go together too harmoniously at first, though thankfully it doesn't cause any diseffects from Dutz' song. However, due to this Gygax, your song doesn't seem to cause any bonus effects to the party. However, the goblins start hearing this song from down below and start thinking that you're war chanting and prepare themselves as Tun looking down at them sees them kind of like ready their shields up and like really looking like they're like starting to shake as if they're scared of something coming.
And I said all of that in Goblin too.
They think they mistake it for a war chant as they start expecting like an army to come cresting over that the cliffside at any point as they start to kind of slow their walk. All right. Did you want to do anything else, Gygax?
No, I'm just gonna be singing the lyrics. I'll be singing. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably be singing a few lines every turn.
Okay. All right. The goblins who are up. That was open. Wolf took off. Okay. All right. The goblins are the last two are going to of this group are going to take their shots at Tun, hoping to hit him with their arrows once more. Fuck's sake! I've got to fucking do so much just to kill you. 15.
Nope.
24.
That meets.
God damn it, I will kill you! The goblins shout up and goblin yelling at you as their arrows kind of bounce off, irritated,
That was a close shot.
as you for a second, as you're kind of churling at the laughter as the first one bounces off once again, feeling invincible. The second one comes near your neck and like land, kind of bounces off just the edge, and then you suddenly like looking at the area, you start to kind of take the situation seriously, looking down at the threat.
Like, okay, now it's time to get serious.
All right. As the goblins end their turn at the top of the initiative, 3 more goblins come rushing out from the bottom of the forest, climbing up the tree line, or climb up the cliffside, and make it the full range behind this group. As the 2 goblins are actually, instead of moving, since I forgot they didn't, they're gonna take 2 more shots at Tun. Let's see, Tun. 18 plus 8 is 26.
26.
Holy shit! Tun!
You make it. You finally hit.
One of the arrows, as the first of the grouping, kind of gets closer than the first one. The one goblin who earlier still managed to miss easily, kind of like it slaps into you. You kind of not bothered, but as you watch the other one who'd gotten closer, this time honing in his edge. The arrow lands right in towards where the embassy is, and you can feel, not only did it pierce you, but it hit the pastry. And that will be, let me roll damage. Oh, you're going to love this for damage. No. Oh, yeah.
Not the pastry.
I can hear the rage in Tun. Or 1 point of piercing damage, man alive.
No,
Has
hold
the
on.
arrow been pooped on?
It has, so that is a point. I need a fortitude save. Yeah, what's up, Gygax?
That 1 point of damage actually damaged the Eclair.
It did. It definitely damaged the Eclair. Went right through it, killed it. It smashed it. There's nothing left. But I do need a fortitude save from poor,
Gotcha. I'm gonna remove the one of my HP points from my
MP?
my
Yeah.
temp HP.
Yeah, yep.
And let's see that fortitude save of 14.
You do fail. So you will take 1d4 of poison at the end of every round, or at the end of every one, or at the end of your turn. Sorry, I'm reading off the thing I wrote earlier when I was slightly stoned. So yeah, at the end of your turn, you'll get a chance to make a save. You fail the save, you take the damage.
Okay.
So, yep. Alright. As the other 3 at the bottom of the hill are going to charge up, reinforcing the 2 behind them. Ultimus at the top of the order is going to kind of finish carving in his runes and is going to then pull out a bucket. And as he kind of cracks it, the smell of wood polish kind of emanates away around it. As he starts kind of painting down the catapult. He starts to kind of whistle along to the tune with Dutes in the background as he finishes his turn. All right, Sen, at the top of the order, you're up.
There's 2 more armored ones that are close.
There are technically in total five armored ones that are now about only 40 feet below.
Mm.
And one of which even managed to hit Tun.
It's a 26 to hit.
All right, that hits.
For the Sky Leaker!
He's pissing on him again.
Not again. Stop pissing on us.
Yeah.
It's not a cool. It's a culture thing. You fucking weirdo.
Alright.
Let's see what you got.
Yep. The next is a 29 to hit.
29 hits.
Yep. And this one is 14 damage.
14, alright. As the arrow lodges its way into the goblin, you watch as it kind of hits towards, at the elbow joint, watching the arm kind of go dead and the shield kind of, like, drop forward, as the goblin can't really seem to get its arm to go up now, and it drops the shield to the ground as it does so.
The Skyleaker has spoken as I drop a statuette of the Skyleaker to roll down the cliff towards the goblins.
Oh, god damn it. Another reflex save! Wait, how big is the statue? Hold up.
No, it's a statuette. It's a little handheld.
It's
Okay.
a little minifigure.
Oh, okay.
I want them to see the Skyleaker.
I was gonna say, like, damn, wait a minute.
No, just have a statue. That'd be crazy.
Listen, you never know. All right, as you drop it, like let it roll down towards them, they seem to be very confused as they look up at you, looking at it and trying to figure out how you like peed that thing out, basically. They seem looking confused. Dutes, he'll stand in the background of the trees, rocking out. Ultimus is feeling the song, kind of singing along and whistling along to the tune. Do you want to try and beat the 23 again? So you can keep going. I'm down with it.
I'm scared I'll get a 1 though.
Yeah.
The name of the
Does my
game.
perform help give him a bonus, just courage bonus kind of thing?
Nope. Because it's only one at a time, and you're not a bard.
Let's see.
If you were a bard, I would argue I'd give you it, but yeah. Yeah, you can keep performing it and just leave that in the background, or you can try and beat it.
I'll try and beat it this once.
Okay.
Got a 17.
Nope. No. As you get into it more and more, it doesn't seem to it doesn't seem to inspire, drive any more like beat to the heart to these guys is in the middle of this combat.
All right then. I'm just gonna hold an action at this point. I'll continue jamming out,
Okay.
but should something get too close, I'll kick it.
All right. As you do so, you kind of staying behind the tree, watching out. As you jam out, you watch as Tun still kind of chortling towards the cliffside. As him and Sen keep kind of tossing things down and taking shots down the cliffside. All right. Tun, your turn. You can see the 5 goblins about 40 feet below you that are kind of like looking up at you. One's got a dead arm, but otherwise the rest seem to be in fighting shape.
There's no sources of water nearby, correct?
Not that you can see, no.
And our guy in the back is just painting some like wood polish on
Mhm.
this strange contraption.
Yep. The forest is still burning ablaze. Screams are still being heard. The crackling of bones and the smell of burning flesh can be kind of picked up on the wind. The large black plume of smoke kind of going to blowing to the west, thankfully away from you lot. Or sorry, to the east. I know my directions, I swear.
We're learning.
Cause what's this guy's name? Oldrak or whatever it is.
Ultimus?
Ultimus. I guess I want to just give him a quick look to kind of like, you need me here? Like, am I imperative in this location, or am I allowed to like go free? Like, can I go?
Ultimus looks at you and completely just shrugs at you, seeming to either not understand or seeming to say you're not wanted. You're not. You can try to roll a sense motive to see what he's implying.
Yeah, I would like to, because I'm currently under the impression that he might need me for this contraption due to its size, but let's see, sense motive 9.
That shrug, yeah, that's a go right ahead. I mean, it doesn't seem to. That wasn't a no.
All right, and now I'm going to slip and slide my way to victory.
All right, are you going?
7,488 pounds of me.
How much can these goblins catch?
Can slide.
Probably not 7,488.
You know, it's funny. Their carrying strength is not just a little bit low, a little low for to get that. They might be able to push, carry, drag your foot.
Yeah, lyrium spear helmet fixed like a giant. Yeah, whatever.
You're a harpoon or a javelin at this
A large
point.
piercing object.
Yeah, as you jump off the side of the cliff and go into it, yeah, you go ahead and roll an attack. I'll say, this will be a higher DC since you're gonna be jumping down here, so this is unstable footing as you go charging in. I don't think we have enough. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. All right. Okay, so that plus my base attack bonus.
Actually,
Plus.
you know what? We do. Let's have you roll a jump check to see if you can where you can manage to land. If you can manage to land on them.
8 to jumps.
Yeah, I know you do because it's a strength thing. You're a barbarian. Oh yeah, for the audience, just so you know, Tun is a barbarian.
18 on the jump.
Yeah, you managed to clear, jump up in the air, going for a high jump up. You manage to get about 5 feet up into the air, and or near 5 feet, and as you start kind of arcing down, you start at an angle going towards them, landing on their unit as they seem to compress themselves towards. Your weight alone, that 40 feet, does more damage than they have health, as you crush them beneath your body. Are you trying to spear them, or are you just trying to, like, land on them, just to specify?
If I was slip and sliding, it would have been to just ram into them, but if I'm jumping, we're crushing them.
Yeah, as you jump into the air, belly flopping down, you watch Sen as from over the edge as Tun lands onto this group and crunches into them. Tun, you do take... Let's roll for that, because you're going to still take fall damage for it. Mm-hmm. So that would be 4d10... the 40 feet. You take 25 points of fall damage, which I believe is bludgeoning. So if you have any resistances or immunities. As you slam into the ground on top of these creatures, you hear the crunching of the cheap metal that they were wearing for armor, their shields cracking and crunching, the bodies, the bones as well, kind of making a weird snapping sound as if twigs kind of cracked, and the very large expanse of gelatin and red mush that kind of explodes out from underneath Tun kind of gives sign to the fate of these poor creatures, if the sound didn't do it didn't do enough. As you look down towards the forest edge, you see a couple more goblins who are coming towards weapons in hand, start to turn and run back into the forest. As we exit out of combat, the goblins...
I would like to consume a Cure Light Wounds potion.
Yeah, as the most damage you've taken before. Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Ever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Cure Light Wounds? Is that what, a D4?
I believe so, because it acts as a Cure Light Wounds spell.
Oh wait, no, because there's Cure Minor Wounds and there's Cure Light Wounds. I can't remember.
What's the health potion you have?
Cure Light Wounds.
Cure Light Wounds is a D8.
Oh, it's a D8. Very nice.
Yep, since it's a potion, it doesn't have a caster level in this situation.
Gotcha. Alright,
and
let's
that
see
will
what
be
else
another
D8 has.
5. So that's 8. So final kill count. So for those at home, 96 goblins, normal goblins, 12 barbarian goblins, and 8 fighter specialized goblins. That does remind me, Tun. I need a fortitude save.
Yes. Let me get back to my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an 8.
You take.
Still, boys, let me roll the health that I would have gotten back.
7 points of poison damage. As Tun turns kind of green and starts like just throwing up on the side of the hill as you guys look down. Ultimus is still very distracted working away at his contraption as he finishes up carving these strange markings into it and putting magic into it, kind of making it glow. He looks about, kind of waiting for you lot to finish to wrap up.
I guess Tonto will start making his way up. Still very injured and sick now.
All right. As the rest of you kind of see Tun coming up, Tun, give me another fortitude save. What are the rest of you doing?
You should pray to the Skyleaker sometime. Give regeneration to followers.
Imagine Sen kind of hand on the back of the the side of the turret where the turtle's shoulder would be, kind of trying to tell him this. 23. You succeed and save. You are no longer poisoned.
Nice.
Not realizing that the fight is over, I sing the 5th line, "Leave me be!" Walking to the edge, readying my sling, and then looking down and going, fudge.
There's no one left.
As a tree kind of that has been burnt to a crisp kind of falls over onto a crawling corpse or a goblin that's like trying to crawl away that was slightly flattened earlier. As the tree squishes it and kills it. You look down, Gygax, the sling ready, and as this look of their disappointment and sadness kind of comes over your face, I imagine.
Yeah, I put everything away and just sort of plopped down, morphing back into my natural self.
Yeah, as
Tonton is going to rest near the party since he is very injured and wants to take it easy.
Okay. As you all gather around, Dutes, what are you doing in the background?
I mean, he's got like an extra 2 minutes of this song left. You might as well.
He's still
play it
jamming
out.
out.
I say
Might
you
as well finish the song.
Okay, so now it's just this
I'm
is
too
more
into it.
Yeah, okay. As you're this is now a celebration as you're running it. I imagine Gygax kind of still hoping that the sound will attract more goblins to the area at this point.
This song will garner terror in the goblins for generations for those that survive this.
As you watch over the edge of the cliff, as finishing up, Sen kind of walking about towards each of the goblin corpses, looking about them, kind of sifting through them. You lot, there we go. You lot kind of watch as Ultimus finishes up what he was doing, and as Dudes raps his song, Ultimus kind of looks about at you guys and goes, burning a forest down is one way to do it, but that misses out on the thrill and the fun. I was hoping I'd get to stab something. That's the whole reason I brought you out here, was so I'd have the excuse to do something. Now you have to go and burn down a whole forest. Now I gotta explain to Neff that we burned down a forest. He's gonna dock my pay, which means he's gonna dock your pay. By the way, you're getting paid if you didn't know.
Oh, okay. How much?
Well, not anything now, I imagine, as he looks back at the burned down acreage of forest.
To be fair, I was given the okay to light this aflame, so that's all I'm saying.
It's all my fault. Okay, sure.
Okay, dudes. This is your fault, dudes. You told me to.
You kind of.
I was just following orders.
Yeah,
I
look.
didn't enjoy it at all.
I should have been told that the forest wasn't supposed to be burned.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest, I enjoy a good fight, but when Neff eventually decides to beat you to a living pulp for pissing off his employer, for burning down his employer's forest, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna laugh and enjoy watching you lot go through that.
Hey, all I'm saying, control the burn. It's bringing fertilization to the forest. It's gonna grow back stronger and better. That's all I'm saying.
But-
I can't say that.
Well, good news. He goes, strap Tun up to this thing. We're heading on home. As he Ultimus comes over, bringing some ropes around, holds him out for Tun.
A personal carriage for me?
He looks down at Tun's surprise and a slight excitement, and he kind of just nods, or Ultimus nods and starts kind of walking over and starts wrapping you up, and then kind of goes and starts pushing at the back and looks at Gygax and then looks at Dutes, sighs, and then Ultimus looks at Sen and goes, Sen, please. I don't think the turtle can move this by himself.
With what I sent you, Sen is gone.
As you all look about, as Ultimus says this, Sen is nowhere to be seen, and Ultimus goes, alright, Tun, mush!
Sen will meet them back at camp.
Can I get a rest first? I am very injured.
He doesn't seem to understand as he starts pushing, and with all his strength, with a 24, Tun, you start to feel this catapult-like contraption start to get pushed, and you start to get moved forward with it.
Also, keep in mind resting in 3.5. A full day's rest will give you 2 HP back because of your level.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless you want to sit here for 8 hours to heal 2 health.
I only got 7 left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but a rest here wouldn't give you much.
Alright, that's fine. Alright. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip.
As you hear a whip go off in the distance, as you lot start kind of going alongside the catapult, about an hour of travel with this large contraption kind of going with it. Tun, give me a strength check to see how much you actually are able to pull it. And if this is...
That's actually a crit.
Oh, nice. So as you... Oh, wow. You crit with... Okay. As you and Ultimus managed to, as a team, get this thing moving quickly through the combined strength of the two of you and the fine craftsmanship of this object, or this catapult-like object, you managed to easily get it going in actually a half an hour's time. As you lot managed to get back to town, Neff kind of waiting at the edge of the camp, anger, bright red, hatred in his eyes if he could. The not willingness to hide this emotion causes Ultimus kind of look over and look at you guys and go, man, you guys really fucked up today. As he kind of keeps shoving towards him, seeing Neff waiting at the entrance to the camp. Do any of you want to do anything?
This is how I walk following the group.
Kind of watching after, looking back at the goblins, hoping for a surprise attack.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Tun, not knowing, if he's gonna be punished or not, or why he'd be punished for doing such an excellent job. I mean, he killed a lot of people. I thought they would be happy. I wasn't told that I shouldn't be.
So, Greg's angry at us for burning down a forest.
I didn't do it!
Who wants to tell me about that?
I didn't do it.
Ultimus said we had to survive 10 rounds.
Hold up!
Better than that.
Shut up! Shut up! Don't tell him that! I did not do it again.
What's a round?
A minute.
Okay, he told us we had to survive a minute. We did better than that.
We were tasked with going to kill goblins. We were told to hold them off for a minute. We did so. I do not recall if at any point we were told not to do or that.
And Ultimus didn't bring the rest of the men with you because...
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Tun looks
What?
confused at other men.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I went on a solo mission so you could take all 53 other people.
Hey,
Well,
guys,
we
what's
had-
that? As he does this, and he's gonna roll his perform check to see how many people are...
Hey,
Oh, we-
what's that?
We
As he points over at something, as you lot kind of look over, if anybody wants,
I was gonna choose to fail anyway.
I would say for those who want to try not to fail, you can do a spot check to see if you can catch what he's doing.
Can I argue that he's probably done this countless times?
Oh, 100%, but it's also why what's about to happen next is
Tun got a nat 1, so classic Tun. I was
What am
gonna
I
say
rolling?
fail anyway.
9. All right, Gygax, are you choosing to fail? Or are you? Oh, with a 21. Gygax kind of watching this. You watch as Ultimus like turns completely like blackened like a shadow and melts down into the ground and disappears, vanishing completely.
Tun looked sad as he couldn't see what was being pointed at.
Neff
must have missed
sighs, says I'll deal with all of you when I get back, and starts sprinting off to find him with a hand on his hilt.
As you see Neff disappear, Ultimus kind of reappears out of the side of Gygax's like shadow and goes, "Man, that only worked till he keeps thinking I go back to camp every time. I can't believe you'd rat me out like that. That was not cool. You know what? I'm gonna be fucking scrubbing toilet drains for the week of that Gygax. You know how much?
Didn't kill anything.
If you had told me that was your interest, I would have launched your ass in the catapult into the middle of the forest.
The fight was over by the time the catapult was done.
Well, yeah, and that's because we're preparing to go fight an army.
What army? We killed them.
No, not that army. That army, as he points toward the battlefield in the distance where you see large explosions of magic, fire, and other breath weapons being used.
Then why didn't we go that way?
I wanted to launch Tun in a catapult.
Sen gets back.
Tun
And send
looks
the
at
man-
that and is startled. What? Tun took a lot of damage and almost died from that small little drop. If that was
I was
getting
saying-
launched,
Well, yeah, well, you would have died out again, but you know, DM's been looking forward to doing that to you for a long time and didn't get to.
I mean, I know
So-
he has,
Oh,
but Tun is not susceptible. It does not want to do that.
Optimus looks over at the Sen coming back to camp as well as back Tun and goes, "We'll talk about it later, Tun. I promise."
Hey, Tun, when they launch you, don't worry. I'll be riding your back.
That doesn't make me feel better.
Really? We can do my plan.
Sen walks off with the sack he suddenly has now, and he walks away.
I will not be doing this unless I have natural regeneration from eating those more trolls from a while back.
Oh, Tun as Ultimus comes over and puts his hand, like, gets down real low to the ground, puts his hand around your head and goes, I imagine pastries as far as the eye can see. Imagine.
Tun cannot imagine that. That is too much for him. That's heaven. That's what happens after he dies.
Imagine for a moment, I could send you there.
What? Hey! What?
Tun kind of like snaps out of the daydream and looks at it.
Starts rumbling with anger.
Well, I mean, like, think about, like, if you manage to make a major thing in this war, let's say you manage to take down a wall to the city that we're attacking, that we're going to be sieging, then imagine the reward you'd get from the leader of this city. I mean, he's the richest man in the entire world, from what I've been told. He has so many merchant companies under him. He's probably got access to pastries you've never even heard of. I'm just saying, and Gygax, as he pulls his hand over Tuntun's off Tuntun's like neck, and kind of comes over to Gygax and gets down to Gygax's level and goes, imagine the amount of different creatures you can fight that are going to be interesting that you've never seen before.
Tun brings his head back into his shell.
Hey, you better not be contacting Neff, I swear to God.
I turn my back on Ultimus and just walk over to Tun and climb on his shell and start psionically talking with him so that Ultimus doesn't hear us. I'm sorry, Tun.
I need the comfort of my Dixies. They're all I've got.
Tun.
I reach into a saddlebag.
No,
I
they're
reach into the saddlebag with eclairs and pastries and just start sticking them in the hole where his head is. I know you have them in there.
The mouth slightly comes out and grabs him and goes back in.
But here's some more. Is there I look at the saddlebag. Tun, is there a certain flavor you'd like to grab out of this?
No.
Do you want more?
Just not the fire eclairs.
Oh no,
Actually,
they're in
I
the
have
other bag.
I have the fire eclairs with me in my little
Yeah.
various
Ooh.
folds in this area.
There's a Bavarian chocolate-filled donut in here. Do you want that one?
What's Bavaria?
I don't know. That's what the piece of paper says it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay, I hand it over to him.
Thank you.
Ultimus kind of seeing this grabs the ropes and kind of like starts dragging the catapult back into camp, kind of looking over at Dutes and just kind of smiles and waves as Ultimus kind of mutters under his breath, going, "It's a great plan. They'll sign up once I convince them. They just have to hear the plan. Let me go draw up the plan for them and get more food."
What plan?
Oh, you didn't hear that? And he kind of like starts trying to like move a little bit quicker, but this catapult he struggles with as he kind of like it's kind of stopped and like it starts having to dig in as he pulls it forward.
I guess if Gaia's still talking to me, I'll ask him if he can ask the pixies if they're able to do any healing on me, if they could provide any assistance to my health.
Okay. Can I psionically link the pixies in his neck?
As you try to link up and even trying to look into the whole the area in the side of his neck where the embassy is, as you look in there is not a single one in there currently.
Oh, I guess they're in their home plane.
I look on the back of his shell to see if the portal is still there.
It is.
I kind of look through the portal to see if I see any pixies.
As you stick your head through, you see on the other side a massive battle going on between two Fey factions of creatures you're very unfamiliar with that seems to keep morphing in front of you, causing you a slight headache. You can go ahead and give me a will save if you want to try and get a full understanding. But as the battlefield magic shooting out, arrows, swords clash about, your face kind of sticks out of the hole, just out of the dirt as it almost gets trampled on by a group of soldiers fighting each other, blades in hand as one drops to the ground, a dagger in his neck, bleeding out as he tries to reach towards you, saying something in some strange language you have never heard before.
Nope, I pull my head back and go, nope, pixies are not even in the portal. There's other things fighting.
Well, because I don't have pixies, I have nixies, I believe, right?
Yep.
Those were the neutral ones?
Yep.
Well, no nixies, no pixies, no other ones either.
Unfortunate. They'll
But,
probably be back.
yeah, fighting's going on and I'm not sticking my head through there.
As you see the portal kind of lightens its color as you pull your head back out and go back to sitting on top of Tun. Ultimate's now gone. You lot are kind of standing at the entrance of camp. Neff is nowhere to be seen, and Sen has disappeared as well. You do see Melvin still napping in the tent on the far side of camp, kind of passed out as far as it goes. But otherwise, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Is there a medical tent?
There is.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah, as you kind of taking Gygax with you, I assume Dutes you're following after.
Yeah.
Oh. As the three of you kind of head over towards the medical tent, you find a very large-looking lycanthrope that looks more mule-like. His fingers are hooved, although they seem to still individually clasp out with the gloves as he puts on these like metal gauntlets that gives him like humanoid-like fingers. As he does so, he kind of looks at you, Tun, and goes, and just kind of gnaws as he makes a strange noise as he haws out loudly. And as he does so, his hands start to glow, and you feel the magic around you starting to warm. You heal for 6 HP.
Nice.
As he uses Cure Light Wounds on you. And he will offer to do that for the next day as well. As you lot kind of find yourselves out of the tent, or kind of hang out in the tent, you see as Neff returns, a little more tired, a little winded, a little annoyed, but otherwise unbothered and still intact.
Glad to see you're doing all right. So, about these extra forces,
Yeah.
why,
about 'em?
were you able to get the reason as to why they were not used?
No, the person that would explain decided to hide from me.
Tun looks to where he walked off to.
You see the catapult. You notice as you look over for a second. You see Optimus look at you, look where Neff is, and then suddenly disappears.
You know, the longer you hide, the worse your punishment's gonna be.
As Nev yells that out, I imagine, around the camp. And there, many of the soldiers you notice kind of look about at each other, immediately nodding to who it is in recognition.
So it's that guy again.
This seems to be a daily occurrence.
I look at the ground to see if my shadow has grown in size.
It has not, as you look about.
What about Tun?
It has not. He doesn't seem to be in the room.
I can't
imagine
see my
I
full
can't
shadow
smell.
anyways.
Huh?
I imagine I can't stop them right now.
No. Nope.
Tragic. I guess I'll go to the battlefield alone.
Dude, you should ask this man here about this alleged reward that we were, I guess we were supposed to get paid. Tun.
Good call.
Tells that to Gygax.
Attacked the dudes. Yeah.
Neff.
Huh? What?
Ultimus said we're getting paid.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
get paid for every gobliner you bring back.
We bring back.
Well, that's how the city pays out rewards. You have to prove your kill.
Tun now looks
Over
very
100
sad.
of them.
I mean,
Alright.
we can just go collect the ears. I mean,
A lot of them are charcoal.
Will the state of their flesh be a requirement?
no, you just collect all the ears from one side, so you can prove each one's from a different goblin.
Okay, but what if
I
they're
guess we're gonna have
charred?
to go do that for like a day or two.
As Sen walks over and drops a bag full of goblin ears, because that's what I went and did when Sen vanished.
Nice.
Thank you, Sen. Ultimus didn't tell us, otherwise we would have been down there to help you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sen just
Ultimus-
shrugs. I'm usually
Ultimus
the disassembly guy.
Tun brings Sen a pastry.
Sen, Tun says this pastry is for you.
Oh. Sen's never had pastries before.
It's the
Yeah.
highest honor in Tun language.
Tun doesn't offer his pastries to just anyone.
Oh. Oh, high honor. As he will dig through his bag. and
Oh, no.
he will grab a hand-carved statuette. Trolls only give these to friends.
Tun will put it in the little embassy area to be guarded and protected.
He kind of, as Tunton kind of knocks the generic statue off the water fountain up front and puts this thing on it.
I just imagine some Nixie just after a hard day's work set up this statue and he gets
like-
knocked over. The fuck?
Dude,
Oh,
that's an ancient king of ours. How the fuck did you do that?
I went and read before session what the troll god looks like. It is a dragon with troll features covered in mutations.
Oh.
It's a weird creature.
The Nixies are gonna freak out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they are.
What the fuck is that?
it's
What's
demonic
that?
in appearance. Yep.
It's the troll's god.
As he hands this to you, Tuntun, and as you kind of put it away in your neck, Neff kind of starts pulling out some paperwork and begins going over what the next plan of attack will be, your next mission. Walking through that you lot are going to be part of an elite squad being sent to go and take out the city walls at the request of one of Neff's mercenary members.
Nice.
Nev's gonna finally get to use that wall climbing he's been preparing for.
Tun is going to ask Gygax to ask Neff if there will be a chance to fully heal before this next operation.
Copy
I mean,
paste
it-
10.
we can get you healed up.
I will note the what you're told, or as you go through, Neff, you would note that the attack is going to be happening in about a week. That will be when the army is planning to
Oh,
move
okay.
out. Yeah. So the party will have time to do some work around the city and look about if they want to.
Plus, not counting how long it's going to take us to get to the city.
Yep. Another 2 months of walking is what's expected. And with your unit being in the vanguard, already knowing that without telling the rest of this party, you would know that you're expected at the front lines ahead of the rest of the army.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
As,
You'll have time.
Alright. As you lot kind of start going over everything, Melvin kind of comes floating into the tent. The mule doctor kind of looks at all of you and as he haws out, goes, all right, everyone, this is not a visitation. This is not a hospital. Get the hell out of my room. You all smell worse than I do.
If anything, I feel like we smell a little bit of ash.
Doctor, what is your name, please?
He kind of looks at you and goes, our clan doesn't recognize being individually named until we've earned our rank. I have not gained a title, but you maybe call me, and he kind of takes a second to think. And he takes a moment, and actually, Chaston, this would be one of your mercenaries, so what would you give the name for one of your mule?
I have a list. Hold on.
Doctor!
No, I'm not doing that.
Medic!
Air Doctor.
Air Doctor!
This is, because I prepared some random names for members. This is Raba.
There you go. As he introduces himself as Raba, telling you, as you see the small, or the two katanas that he carries on his side, as well as the, what looks kind of like a mix of like plate and chainmail. It's like set little bits of plate on the with chainmail underneath, but it's not full plate. It's very like samurai-esque. Is basically if you're familiar with what samurai used to wear for armor,
like the laminar plates and all that.
That's what it's called. Thank you. Yeah, laminar. More similar to that. He kind of introduces himself and goes to shake your hand, Gygax, not kind of waiting to see what kind of pops out to shake.
I just create a hand of sorts and shake it.
Okay. Yeah, as you
imagine.
morph out a hand and it comes out and he goes and he kind of nods and like shakes your hand and smiles and goes, not many are willing to come into our leader's cohort. We're well known for being the first over the walls, so not many are willing to take those chances at your experience.
Helldivers, if you will. Da, 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 da.
Tun thinks on a life in his previous life that he somehow keeps getting strange memories of that kind of shoot through in the middle of the night. Gygax, as he says this in his head, the language does not translate at all to you. But
What is that?
it's gibberish. It just sounds like he's Tuntun's muttering weird random things to himself.
I just see war scenes and death and dismemberment explosions.
I imagine Gygax gets a little bit of excitement and like the contemplation of the world like this could exist. That many things to eat. I don't know what his take would be on bugs and robots. We may come back to that later.
We will find out another time.
But as Robert kind of like pulls his hand back, he kind of smiles, and then as he ushers you out, sending you back to your tents. You guys are sent back to your tents for the day to rest and recuperate. As Neff kind of getting the idea of what you meant by resting, leaves you guys alone, and after finally catching Ultimus in the distance towards one of the lower end ranked members' tents. You watch as Neff goes off chasing and shouting as poor Ultimus seems to panic and go on a run, the two disappearing into the distance.
Ultimus getting remedial training.
Yeah, good cardio training, if he survives. But yeah, as you lot kind of start to get around the camp, start to rest up, watching watching the distant battle go on. As the day kind of wraps up, you lot turn in for the night. prepping, knowing what is to come, kind of making a list of all the gear you're going to need to go get. Melvin sends a message back to Zebril about payment for the job and about payment for goods to go into the siege that he had heard you guys talking about, or had overheard Robin talking about. And as he does, or as he sends that, we'll come back next session to see what comes of that. As you all go off to bed for the night, enjoying yourselves, enjoying a nice drink and free meal. Yes.
How much did we get paid?
You'd have not
I
been
actually
paid.
already I don't know what he's paying, but I calculated what the goblins are worth because DM posted that already, like what each individual year was worth. With how many we killed, that's the total GP for the goblins.
But we have not been paid yet.
You have not been paid yet. That is
Oh.
correct.
That's when those get turned in.
Yeah, as you spend the night, as you kind of sit around camp waiting for Ultimus or someone to come pay you, kind of expecting that, as you have no gold to really go into town with as of right now, at least that I think the party generally assumes. You lot wait until the night and nothing comes. As we wrap up the day, come morning, you will see what happens. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.